I took this job 9 months ago. You've been waiting for this week to come. Now it's finally arrived. And I like the way our players have worked. They've done an outstanding job. But anytime you take over a struggling program, and we've been struggling for 3 years, it's a lot of work to be done. And there's been no resistance from our players. That's what you really like. But have an outstanding coaching staff, and our coaches have done a great job of just coaching them. And these players want to be coached. They want to be coached, and they want to win. And it's up to us as a coaching staff to get them headed in that direction. If you look at us as a football team right now, offensively, we just named a quarterback in Adam Froman, and Stein and Burke all done a great job, but we just felt with the direction of the football program what we needed to do as a quarterback position, the leadership ability, Froman had that for us right now. I sat down with the offensive staff, sat down with the quarterback coach, and we made that announcement. And then with the offensive line, it's the glue of our football team. If you look at our offensive line, there's Wetter, there's Tom Check, there's Stingley, Mario, Conrad Thomas, Jeff Adams, guys that have played. And it is the strength of our football team when you look at our offensive line. The running back position is very solid. Vic Anderson, 1,000 yards 2 years ago, had a array of injuries last year, but you look at what Vic has done, the speed and quickness he has, and then Bilal Powell, which was one of my favorite players. I call him the face of Louisville football. Just by the way he carries himself, is an outstanding young man, does everything, doesn't say much, just leads by the way he leads his football team is just his presence. He's a quiet young man, doesn't like to talk in front of the cameras, is very shy, but he just like what he does with the way he handles himself. That's why I tell him all the time, you are the face of Louisville football. And then when you look at our wide receiver, we just need to find a playmaker at that position. Bellamy is a young man, came in from the junior college that has added some depth for us. The thing that Bellamy does, he makes that whole position better. He has a presence about it, a presence that we need in this program. And when he steps on the field, he loves the game. And he plays it each day. He comes out there each day with a smile on his face. He jumps around. He talks the whole practice. It doesn't bother me because I know that's what we need. When you look at Paisley has fed off of him. Andrew Smith has really fed off of his energy, and Doug Beaumont. Those guys walk around like they're playmakers now. But you like that because of the way Bellamy has came in here and has really helped that group and watched it flourish. But if you were to say from spring to fall, which group has made a big improvement, I would tell you the wide receiver position has made a big improvement from spring to fall. And you look at us on defense. Our defensive line, we're not very big on defense. We have some speed, we have some quickness. Scruggs has added a lot of weight on him, and Scruggs look really good right now as a football player. But Tatum has done a good job, Rodney Natt's done a good job, Bill Savoy. We're going to need a whole group of guys to come and play because we're not very good. We're going to have to use our speed and quickness. And once we get our speed and quickness going, and then we get stronger, because what you can't do when you're little, you just can't allow people to lock in on you. And that's why we're going to have to do some movement. Can't blitz them all the time, but we need to move them just to give them a chance because we're not very big. The linebacker position, Brandon Heath is our leader on defense. And then I told him that we need him to step up and be a leader on defense. And he's accepted that role. Preston Brown's a freshman that has played really well for us, has come in this camp, has learned the defense, is doing a good job. Canada is another one. You look at the outside position with Dexter Heyman, and you look at Daniel Brown, both of them are competing right there in that position. So you feel pretty solid because you got enough guys that are moving around and you're trying to get them in position so that they can help us on defense. The secondary is a concern of mine, a major concern. Johnny Patrick is the only returning starter. Simeon is a young man that played last year in the Kentucky game, got injured. Has been coming back through camp, but then we had to find us another corner, whether it be Preston Pace, whether it be Darius Ashley, whether it be Bobby Burns. We need a solid player at that position. All three have been playing it. We've been rolling all three of them, but one of them's got to take that position and run with it. And then at the free safety position, Michael Evans is a young man that transferred in here, has had a really good camp for us, and Sherrod Holton. So you look at us on defense, like I said, we're not very big, we're inexperienced, but our plan to win, number one, is to go play great defense. And we're going to have to get this football team to that position so we can get headed in that direction. The kicking game with Phil Pott, Philpott has done an outstanding job of kicking the ball this camp, and then with a punting situation with Bleezer, they both have done a good job. So I just don't know what we are right now. We're searching for an identity. It's good that we get to go play this first game. We're going to play a really good Kentucky team, a team that has been to 4 straight bowl games, and a team that is a really solid football team. Because when you can go to 4 straight bowl games in the Southeastern Conference, you're a pretty solid football team, and that's what Kentucky is. You know, Hartline is their starter. Had a chance to play against him when I was at University of Florida. But you look at it, you look at Hartline, you look at Newton. Hartline goes down, Newton comes in, they go and win 5 straight games. So it's a position that they're pretty comfortable with. I know they named Hartline the starter, but it's still a good solid position for them. They have some offensive linemen, even though they graduated some guys on offensive line, they have a bunch of guys coming back. But Cobb is the guy that make their team go. He is the nucleus of their football team. And you look at him, he's a wide receiver. They play him in a lot of different positions. Get the ball in his hands, because you got to get the ball in the playmaker's hand. And that's what Cobb can do. They get in that wildcat formation, and he's hard to deal with in that position. Because the thing about him, he may not have big plays, but he keeps the chain moving. You know, he can go get a first down for him, can get behind his pads and go run through people. And then Lockett, the running back, is a really outstanding player, has a lot of speed. If you look at it, we kick the ball off, goes out of bounds. He returns the ball 98 yards for a touchdown last season. So they're pretty solid. Defensively, Steve Brown has been around this league. They're pretty solid up front. There's a big defensive lineman. You know, they lost some guys in the secondary. But like I said, you've been to a bowl game 4 straight years. They have some players there. You know, my biggest concern is they've beaten us the last 3 years. They're going to come into this game with feeling pretty good, have a lot of, and they should. They should have a lot of confidence because of what has happened in the past. And we're one of those teams that, you know, we're searching for an identity. We need to know who we are right now, and it's a team that will continue to build each game and will continue to get better each game. But it's exciting. It's the first game. It's a rival game. It's a good thing that it's at home for us. We have a chance to go play in front of a sellout crowd right here in our own ballpark, and that's going to be interesting. And I told the guys today, we had a meeting this morning, I just said play with passion, play with energy. Just play with passion and play with energy, guys. And just play every play. Every play. Just play every play, and we'll see what happens. But we're playing a really good, outstanding football team.